Hello and welcome to Let's Talk. Today I'm here with our County Commissioner, Furr, who was elected about a year ago, and we haven't had a chance to introduce him to you or to actually sit down and talk to him until now. But he's our newest County Commissioner, and I'm very glad to have him.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, my pleasure. It's really important that everybody get to know exactly what's going on at the County Commission and how you're representing us.
Okay.
I can tell you that your newsletter impressed me. It's very thorough, it's very informative, and it tells me everything that you've been doing, which is a great deal. You seem to have hit the ground running.
Well, I had a little practice with 12 years on the Hollywood City Commission, so there's still a learning curve. You know, I'm still a rookie, and I'm still learning my way around the county, but we've been able to make some traction on a few issues.
Okay, so District 5 is Hollywood?
District 6.
District 6.
District 6.
Okay.
Pembroke Pines, Hollywood, and Hollandale. Parts of each one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pembroke Pines is very happy to have you, let me tell you.
And I love representing Pembroke Pines. I was a librarian in Pembroke Pines at Flanagan High School for 15 years. And it gave me a chance to really get to know the community really well, the kids, the parents, the commissioners, everybody. So it's a great community. It's a great community.
It is. I'm proud to live here.
You should be.
This last legislative session, what was accomplished that made you pleased?
Well, you're talking about with the budget. We just passed our budget. Okay. I think what we were able to do is bring back some of the things that had been, because of the recession in 2008, 2009. Many things were kind of really curtailed or brought down. Library hours, parks hours, things like that, that are now starting to be restored. They're done in a way where it's not, I think they're more fiscally responsible maybe now, but at least they're restored. I know the Pembroke Pines Library was only open 5 days a week. Now it's open 6. I would still like to see it be 7 because I think there's a need for it.
I think so too.
Yeah. But
I mean, there are people who work 6 days a week.
Correct. And there's students that use it on the weekends if they don't have a computer. So to not be open Sunday, I think, is a mistake, but it's one we're going to have to gradually get to. So we added Saturday, and we did that throughout the county in many libraries. Parks, we added extra hours and days, and we added extra training to the 911 system, which I think needed it.
Absolutely.
Pembroke Pines had one of the best 911 dispatch systems in the county. So did Hollywood. Moving to the county has had its hiccups here and there, but it's getting there. But it did require more money for training. And I'll give you an example. When Pembroke Pines had their own dispatch, you only had to know Pembroke Pines. They only had to know the nooks and crannies of every street in Pembroke Pines. Now they have to know the whole county. That's a big jump. Same with Hollywood, same with Hollandale. So I endorsed and supported extra training for them. So those kind of things I think have been good. With regard to beach renourishment, you're seeing more money go into that, and there's going to be a need for it with climate change and sea level rising. We have to have our eyes on the ball on that.
Oh boy, do we ever!
Oh my gosh! I mean, the flooding that was there this weekend. No rain, simply because of tides and sea level rising they were an eye opener.
Frightening.
Yeah. No rain at all. Floods.
We live at ground zero for water.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So those things, I think we had a pretty good legislative session. Uber kind of dominated a lot of it, and I'm hoping we'll be passing that on October 13th.
You know, everybody's got to give in a little.
I know.
Do they not want to give in
at all?
No,
they don't want to give in. But it's a good service. It's a good innovation.
Yeah.
I support it, but I do want to try to make sure that the public is protected where it needs to be protected, and I think we'll get there. But it's been
everybody who uses it really
Yeah.
approves of it.
Yeah, and I actually think it has some benefits safety-wise for people that go out and party, for students that go out and,
Absolutely.
you can call
What a
Uber.
nice, secure thing to say, well, I can call Uber and go home.
Yeah, I had
know.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving talk to me a few times and give me some statistics, and it makes sense to me.
When one of my sons went to college, he was the designated driver.
Okay.
Because that's what they used to do in those
Right,
days.
right.
One person couldn't drink.
Right, and he'd have no fun. So hopefully now everybody's having fun,
Right.
and hopefully we get this passed.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Now, you're asking in your newsletter for people to volunteer for your advisory boards.
Yes.
That's an innovation. Nobody else has advisory boards, do they?
Not that I know of.
Right.
And it's really working pretty well for those
Have
who
you
do-
filled them?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, they're all filled.
There's no into how big they can be, and how it works is every week I get an agenda, and I'll have items on it. It might be having to do with animal control, or it might have to do with the environment, or it might have to do with outreach, or any number of issues. And the reality is, I can only know so much. Nobody knows everything.
You only have one butt to put in a seat.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And if I ask people who are interested in the subject, if I can send them that agenda item, and I'll have 20 or 30 people on one
That's
committee.
great.
I'll send it out to them, and then I get all kind of comments, things that I hadn't thought about, heard about, knew about, and it gives me an entire
Yeah, well, another way of looking at
Reflection,
things so
yeah.
that you can
Yes.
vote properly.
Yeah, it gives me a good, all-encompassing view of what the article is about. So I think it's helping me. I did it just so I could get
We
helped
have
out.
many advisory boards, the city does.
Yes, yes,
And they seem to work out.
yes, they
you
do. It's a very good way for citizens to become part of the whole process.
Absolutely.
As long as the commissioners will listen to them. And I know I counted on them on the Hollywood City Commission, and I'm counting on them even more on the county, because I'm chair of the Climate Change Task Force, and I'm co-chair of the Literacy Coalition. And they have some very good, on the climate change, there's some scientists on there that.
Really?
Oh, yeah, some top-notch scientists who, I'm not a climate change scientist. I'm a policymaker. I was a librarian. So when they come to me with their knowledge, I listen. And I think that helps.
It does help,
It
of
does help.
course.
It gives me a much better sense of how to think, how to vote, all those kind of things.
Thank you, Commissioner Furr. Very happy to have you with us
Thank you for the invitation. I'd love to come back sometime.
anytime.
Okay, thank you.
We're always open to you.
Love that.
For OCTV, I'm Elaine Kugelman, and thank you for joining us today. And I hope you've learned something about our county commission from our county commissioner, Furr.